Hi, I'm Cynthia Schiller. Please like and subscribe. We're going to talk about some manipulation tactics. A lot of narcissists love to use these within their relationships, and sometimes they're throughout life. People kind of use some manipulation tactics, psychological tactics of manipulation to kind of get what they want. It's often done in like shopping centers with the lighting, the music, the end caps to increase impulse buying. But the narcissist uses it to manipulate people in loving relationships. So sometimes there are ethical ways if you're trying to, I don't know, motivate your child, and maybe, you know, you want to have them clean the dishes. So you kind of give them a reward. So sometimes it can be healthy where nobody gets hurt, but the narcissist often hurts people, and that's when it becomes unethical. So they love to use charm, and that's what happens during that love bombing stage. They turn on the charm. They also use coercion. We'll go more in depth about these, the silent treatment, the way they reason things. Sometimes that can be positive, but oftentimes with narcissists, there's a lot of negativity, a lot of hurt that goes on. And we'll go talk about some more of these in depth. But the narcissist, they manipulate people's feelings, and they'll turn on the charm to get what they want. They often give fake promises, you know, so they might get a little flirty, even though they're not interested in the person, just to get them kind of like a hands up to where they can manipulate people out of money or a place to stay. They often love to use coercion. And when someone is coercing somebody else to do something, they can often use some harm, fear of harm, or some threats, kind of like, if you don't help me, I don't know, rob this store, I'll kill your animal. Or you feel that you have to, because you're so scared of losing something important to you. And that's a terrible manipulation tactic. So sometimes narcissists will go to those extremes, or, you know, even if it's just, you know, if you don't stop yelling at me, I'll kick your dog. So we're coerced into doing certain things. And it's often very abusive. The silent treatment. And unfortunately, this is like a super effective manipulation tool. And I have a degree in criminal justice. It's also a great negotiation tool. Sometimes pauses make a big difference in the way the outcome of a situation happens. Also in like interrogation, they'll purposely, you know, leave the person alone for a while. And that gets like a lot of thoughts going through their mind. Sometimes, you know, narcissists love to also bug people's houses or phones. Not always, but sometimes they do. Sometimes in those interrogation rooms, they're bugged so they can listen in. But it makes the possible criminal just kind of start to wear down, to where they're like, I'm sick of waiting around. You know, I'm going to give them what they want. They want answers, I'll give them what they want, just so that criminal who's being interrogated, you know, if innocent until proven guilty. So they get to go about their day if they're possibly going to be released. It breaks people down. Silence makes somebody anxious. And I think you guys have felt that. I went through some terrible silent treatments. So even just refusing to speak, where you can talk right to them. I've had it where I've been ghosted with no contact. And also I've had it with somebody right next to me that I had to deal with on a daily basis. Didn't talk to me for 2 years over something really silly. Just it gets to the point where we just want the silence to end. So we go above and beyond. We might start, you know, doing extra sweet things, cooking better dinners, or, you know, trying to love bomb them back into loving us. So this narcissist is getting just overwhelmed with love and ego strokes, and they get to learn that the longer they're silent, the more that we try a lot of times. So not all manipulation tactics are always unethical. But like I said, they can definitely be used unethically. So reason is a great example of a manipulation tactic. So sometimes you can reason, on it's kind of like a justification, like, if you help me steal from this store, you'll be able to feed your family. Like, this is okay to do something wrong. So narcissists, you can take it in whatever situation to where you feel like you're doing something, I don't know, let's say it was like a sexual favor that you didn't want to do, but the narcissist will be, but that'll bring us closer because you've never done that with anyone else. This is our thing. And so you feel like you want this bond with the person. So maybe you're going to go against your boundaries just based on their reasoning. And the narcissist doesn't care about getting closer. They just care about whatever need that they wanted. Regression. So when two people reason with each other like adults, it can be easy for both parties to kind of stand their ground, to hold it, and put their points together. But when one person starts reverting to this childlike state, that's when things kind of go haywire. So regression, it's when the narcissist regresses into a childlike state. Either they're going to start to whine or cry or pout, until throw a little temper tantrum until they get their way. So just because, you see some parents where they're dealing with their children and they're at the store and they're like, this is overwhelming, it's embarrassing, and they just give in to the child. Narcissists will do that. They'll pout, they'll cry, stomp around the house, just hoping that you're going to give in. So the responsibility invocation. So let's say we're considering getting, I don't know, our hair done, and it's easy to just decide that no, I'm not going to do this. But if we've already booked an appointment, it's not so easy to just skip out on it and not get our hair done. Like, we kind of made a commitment. So responsibility invocation uses these types of obligations to convince somebody to follow through with your plans. So just like if you notice, like with gym memberships, they want you to get, sign up for a membership just to keep you obligated to them. They don't just say, just come, it's $5 every time you come. They make you give a commitment. So a manipulator takes hold of the promises or the commitments, and they use it against you. Sometimes if let's say they're acting horrible, they're being physically abusive, they're not paying the bills, they're not helping with the kids or taking care of them in a safe manner. So they're going to be, but you promised we'd always be together, and to where they're trying to get you to stay with them, even though they've been physically or emotionally abusive to you, based on the responsibility. So it's easier to just, walk away from something you didn't commit to. But once you commit to something, it's harder. It is harder. You have doctor appointments. Do I cancel? Do I go? So the narcissist will use that against you to, you promised, and we were supposed to have a life together. And hardball tactics, these are when somebody might use coercion to install the fear of harm. And a lot of times this can cause harm or bodily injury. So playing hardball, it can get physical. And social comparison. And, that's comparing two people. Sometimes you'll see this with narcissistic parents, like, why can't you do as good as your brother? Why can't you dedicate yourself to sports like your sister did? Why can't you sing as good as your cousin? And they get you to try harder, to take action. So, they can also do, my cousin's wife does this for her husband. And you're trying to, like, coerce the person into doing something, making them feel inadequate just through that social comparison. Monetary rewards can be used to manipulate people. And, that's why sometimes we all have certain boundaries, but sometimes, some people, depending on their circumstances, they might lower their boundaries based on how much money it is, and they might have you commit crimes or sexual acts, or kind of pimp you out, things like that, just for the money. And just be aware of that. Don't fall prey to that. So narcissists, narcissists are damaging people. So women tend to lie better than men, and there are more male narcissists than female. So it's kind of confusing on who's the master manipulator out of men or women. But as far as, sexual differences between who can use these techniques, each person is different. Just watch any pickup artist work their magic. It depends on the person. But now there are some dark, there are some, sorry about that, manipulation that show up in the big and dark personalities. So just be careful. There's the manipulation, the dark triad personality traits is one that we can go through. I'm going to make another video on that. And the big 5 personality traits, this is something you might be interested in. And there's the agreeable, the stable, the open, the extrovert, and the conscientious. So these are the different types of personalities. And I will definitely do a video on that for you guys. So please like and subscribe. If you have any questions, topic requests, or would like a one-on-one, please let me know, and I'll see you in the next video. Hope that was helpful.